All right, guys, welcome to the last lecture style episode of Back to Basics. Are you sad? You excited? You happy? School's out for the summer,
For the fall.
for the fall. So, this is episode 8,000. So, if you're just stumbling upon this one now, there's a playlist on both of our channels over here. Go check them out. Start at 1. This is the last lecture where we're going to talk about the final bits of building a trading plan. We're going to build a trading plan in the next episode, and Jess is going to start trading it. We're going to start reviewing and critiquing and coaching those particular trades. But you've kind of missed, if you're just starting now, the intro to technical analysis, fundamental analysis, statistics. We did it all. Psychology, the whole 9 yards. All right. So we're on to the trading plan and the importance of a trading plan. So we went over kind of the reason why it was important and the reason to start. And we kind of did the actual technical things like the when you're going to exit, when you're going to enter, when you're going to take profits, when you're going to take losses, these type of things. And I'm teaching this to you now. You're going to think about it for the week. And then next week when we record, we'll actually build it. So this is going to be more of the same when it comes to that. And this is where to start. So we drove, where did we drive that I made you listen to the checklist manifesto when we were driving? Anyways, a great book. If you're interested in trading, it's a great book for how to summarize this. And this is the checklist for a small plane. And this is what your trading plan is actually going to look at. So the last one we talked about the components that we're going to write in it. And this is what it's actually going to be, which is at the end is going to be a giant checklist where you're going to go through and you're going to look at the chart. You're going to say, is earning soon? What is the long-term trend? What is this? And you're just going to check as you go. And if all of the boxes at the end of this kind of questionnaire is checked on that stock, then you're going to place the trade. So we'll start with you scanning through and trying to figure out what patterns you want. But as soon as something catches your eye, you'll pick up your checklist and you'll say, okay, it meets all these things. Take a trade. The beauty of a plan is it should be pretty robotic. So what is your rough trading plan? What are your trading goals? What time do you have to commit to trading? And what tech do you use, right? These are the first questions when you're building this kind of checklist because it's going to tell you what needs to be on it. So for example, you're going to be thinking about whether you're going to be a trend trader or a counter trend trader, what patterns you're going to use, indicators you're going to focus on, things like this. And that's going to help us build this pre-trade checklist. But for you guys following at home, think about this before the next video. What are these questions? Because they will help you build this checklist. If you have all day to commit to trading, your checklist is going to look a little bit different. If you're just doing your trading on the weekends and holding it through the week, it's going to look different. If it's going to, right? So I have a pre-trade checklist for me, but I can explore all time frames because this is what I do for a living kind of thing, right? And so it's a different beast. So then it's going to be to start big. So when you're sitting down, the checklist, the first thing we're going to look at is what is the long-term trend. Spoiler alert for the people out there, I know Jess is going to try to be a trend trader and not a counter trend trader. So for you, it would be the long term. Your checklist would say something like, what is the long-term trend of the stock? And we're going to define that, which is it's going to say, what is the trend over the last 3 months? Or, but that will be part of your thing. And the question on the checklist would be like, is the trend up or down? And you would click up or down. And it would tell you, right, then if all of your things if it's up, if all of your things other than that question are all bearish, but the first question was, is it in an uptrend or downtrend? You click an uptrend, then the rest of the checklist is irrelevant. And that's how we're going to try to set it up, is that as you're going, if there's something that you can't check off, then just to keep scanning, right? Keep looking for that next position. And then we're going to go and zoom in. And this is kind of the process that I'm going to teach you, right? Is the first, what is the long-term trend and what is the technical pattern? From there, it's going to be what is the candlestick setup for entry and exit points. So say, for example, you're trading an uptrend and you see a pennant. And then you zoom in and inside of the pennant, the last candle, you see a doji. right? You know, a doji represents indecision. It might be a good time to buy if it breaks that doji. They call it a top-down analysis. You start all the way out and then you go in. Then next we're going to put the safety filters. So does it trade enough volume for you? And you'll have a number, like a physical, does, that box that I show you in Trade Ideas that lists all the details, is the number bigger than that? Like this is going to be, we're past the point of theory. Everything is going to be concrete, yes or no, building a systematic trading system. When is earnings is going to be huge. If it reports earnings in the next couple days and your time horizon is longer than that, it's going to be a scrap it, move to the next one. What industry is the company in is a big one too. For example, we don't short pharmaceutical companies or biotechs. And the example I use is I'm fine shorting Apple because the absolute best thing they come out with is like a new amazing phone or a computer or something, and the stock goes up 10%. If you're investing in a biotech and they cure COVID, the stock's up triple, quadruple, you're up shit creek then. And any new big news events coming up. If it's, for example, next week is battery week, where Tesla is going to go over all its new battery tech. Wouldn't be a good time to be holding that into a news event like that. Risk. What's your stop loss going to be? We talked about this 2 episodes ago in the R multiple trading, which is what you're going to be doing, where you're going to say, this is my stop, this is my risk, that's the amount of share size I have, and is it logical that you can get 3 times that stop? You're obviously not going to get it every time. There's going to be things that come up, but is it logical? If it doesn't look like you can logically get 3 times the price, it'll be another next trade. So you see how this is really going to help you not be lost in your trading, right? You're going to be able to sit down and you're just going to have a pad of paper in your laptop and you're going to scan through all your stocks and you're just going to go through the checklist, and every time you fail at one, you're going to go to the next stock until you have like 3 or 4 things you want to trade next week. Close your laptop, hold them for a week, you're done. And then you're going to be even better than I am by a large margin, so that I can retire and we're rich, right?
Right.
Is that how that works? Perfect. Okay, guys, so that's the end of the lecture format. So next episode, we're going to sit down. I'll be a little bit more informal. Not that we're super formal right now, but it'll be a little more informal. Maybe we'll stream it. Who knows? Where we're going to actually build this trading plan, and we're going to build the trading checklist that goes along with the trading plan, and you will have those documents. We're going to have you paper trade if you can show profits for a month or 2 without doing anything crazy, and we're going to set you up with a real account, and off to the races. Go make me rich. All right. So thanks for coming along, guys. Again, we're not done. We're just changing, but this is kind of the complete lecture, I guess, format that I wanted to do. Again, I hope you guys found this good content. Follow us here. Talk to you next time.